What's going on, guys? I come on briefly today as there's breaking news. Toney is no longer a New York Football Giant. Joe Schoen has pulled off a good deal. It's a 3 and a 6, a conditional 3 and a 6 to get rid of Toney's ass. And I'm the Miz. And I took a lot of shit from people because I, at the very beginning, recognized I've been around football 35 years. I've played QB, I played linebacker, I was a head coach, and I referee high school games, and I'm bordering the college level. I've seen it all. And from day one, when you walk into camp and you tell me you can't practice because your cleats don't fit, we're talking about the NFL here. You could go back in the locker and grab a number of cleats, different sizes, different colors, different laces. It don't matter. And when you get a new head coach and you don't show up to OTAs, but Barkley, Jones, other players do, Shepard, Galladay, and Galladay even mentioned it's not a good look for what's supposed to be a kid, 20th pick overall, wide receiver, to not show up to OTAs for the brand new coach for 3 days. He don't care. And the cleats don't fit because he don't care. His hamstring hurts because he didn't care. You're not celebrating a 6-1 season with other players that are going nuts and having a great time. You're not part of it. You want to know why? Because he don't care. Yo, I told you guys last year, and I went off on it in early September, and I took a lot of shit. I was labeled a lot of different names from people on Twitter, but it's all right because that's what Twitter is. It's a cesspool of negativity. But the Miz don't back down. And I speak my heart, and I see things, and I don't say I know more than people. I don't. But I can see things coming way before they happen, miles ahead. It's something I've developed in my life. And I knew Toney was a fraud. The day we drafted him, I called it a bust because the Giants were supposed to get Parsons. How's that looking now? Yo, Toney has been a complete bust. 2 catches for 0 yards in a 6-1 season. And what probably bothers him the most is the Giants are 6-1 without him. And I believe Toney's become a little bit of a disease on this team. And I believe Toney's been in the doghouse from the first day of the season. He didn't want to practice in the summer. He does not have a hard work ethic at all. He's one of these guys that feels, I'm an exceptional talent, so I don't have to practice. Practice? I don't need practice. I'm too damn good for practice. I just want to wake up on Sunday and play the game. Be a star. People thought I didn't like him because he wears a face mask or some bullshit, or do-rag, or he has a gold tooth, or whatever the fuck the nonsense is. Wrong. I don't see color. I only see the color of the helmet and the Giants blue jersey. I bleed blue. I knew Toney had issues way beyond football. I said Toney was not all in on football, and he doesn't have a hard working ethic. He don't have a work ethic at all. He don't want to practice. He wants to walk around and ride the stationary bike. And he fell into the doghouse because this fucking regime doesn't play that. This is not Joe Judge. This is Dabble, Joe Schoen, and they weren't having it. And I got news for you people. I told you in August they wanted to trade his ass. And Pat Leonard, the moron, leaked out the news and wiped out the ability to trade him. So they waited. And Toney didn't hit the field at all this year. Hardly at all. And it ain't because of his hamstrings. I believe the second hamstring injury 3 weeks ago was made up because the Giants had working on a trade. They knew Kansas City was probably interested, and they didn't want to put him on the field. He was in the doghouse, and they were winning games without him. And they didn't want to risk him getting hurt because that's all he does. I mean, man's legs are made out of paper. He's got great moves. He could be an unbelievable talent. Could be. Should be. Remember the word should? Dangerous word in the NFL. He should be. You know what that means? You're a wasted talent. Should, could, never achieved, wasted talent. He'll go to Kansas City. They'll use him like Tyreek Hill because we all know Toney has the potential to be a Tyreek Hill type player, a gimmick, game-breaking player. Yeah, he'll fit Kansas City, and he's not going to be able to pull his bullshit with Andy Reid and Mahomes. That's fine. Don't get upset that he works out over there. We got 2 picks back, and there's receivers on the table this week. Judy, Claypool, and you know Joe Shane is up to something. And you got rid of a guy who was never going to play football here. You understand that? And you saved yourself $5.5 million. Okay? I give that credit to Big Pat. He did his homework early. $5 million back under the cap for this year, which means we have about $11 million, about $10 million to go get a receiver for this year. Judy's out there on a rookie contract. It doesn't cost much. Claypool. And it totally fits the future. It doesn't hurt the rebuild. The Giants are on a rebuild. Don't forget that. We're going to stick the course. But the Giants are 6-1 in that rebuild. And we are knocking on the door of a big run for the next 6, 7, 8 years. And everyone knows it. And Toney was not a part of it. The train left Toney at the station about 5 weeks ago. We just didn't really know it. But I had a hunch. And I